let's just address this.
It's all about money. Nukes have zero to do with it. I think they want Iran to have a central banking system backed by a Rothschild so they can turn them into debt slaves like the U. Yeah, there's a part of it that is that, for sure. It's about just fucking companies need to soak up resources and profit from Iran.
But there's different motivations for different people. Mm-hmm. I do believe that Israel was 100% committed to regime change, and that's exactly what they wanted. I don't think that that's what we want. I think that we generally were like, okay, they're building a nuke, or they're close to being able to build a nuke. Let's shut the shit down, and then we're done with it. And I think that's what's going to play out. It seems like we're on a track of de-escalation. I understand that Israel violated the ceasefire or whatever for like a few minutes, but in general...
for like a few minutes.
But then Trump called them, and Trump was like, yo, chill the fuck out, retards. And they listened.
But their whole thing is, yeah, sure. And then next time they go, let's go again. Like, they're not done. There's no real ceasefire.
There is a real ceasefire.
Every time Trump
there hasn't been a missile launched in 37 hours or something.
So, like, in between missiles is just straight ceasefires?
No.
Exactly.
But if they have a written out agreement to do a ceasefire...
Yeah, but you can't trust that agreement at all. It's not... you would trust them if Israel came to you and said, we won't shoot any more missiles.
I would trust them as much as Iran, which means you don't trust...
Either one.
You trust but verify. So,
but there's no verifying. What do you mean?
The verifying is when Trump told Israel, yo, chill the fuck out with this shit.
That's the most garbage, useless verifying. That means nothing. That means nothing, bro.
Israel was going to do a strike, Trump calls them and says, yo, don't do the strike, and then they don't do it. That's kind of verifying, yeah.
Okay, here's the thing, is they'll do the next one, though. They will eventually be like, we have to do it. And
even if Israel goes back in and breaks the ceasefire, I think that
there's only so many times.
I do think that we're done with this shit. Because Trump has been very clear. The whole goal was to stop them from getting nukes, and now they can't
failed
get nukes.
to get... Because didn't they move all their shit out of where it got blown up?
This is another big red herring that the media is being so misleading about. It's unbelievable.
Let's see.
Like I said before, Iran has uranium enriched up to 60%. You can't build a bomb with uranium at 60%. It has to be at 90%, right?
Right.
So they still have that uranium that was at... Well, they might. Trump says they don't. CNN says they do. Who really knows? But they could still have their uranium that was at 60%, okay? If they can't get it to 90, it doesn't matter. The important part of the mission was that they were trying to destroy the ability to enrich the uranium, which I think that they successfully did.
I don't know if they did. You don't think they have like a backup uranium enrichment facility?
I don't know. Also, the fact that these sites are buried so deep underground, like, do we really think that they're not like trying to build something weird?
But the other thing is you can't blame a country that's living in a world where everyone has nukes for trying to get a nuke.
That I kind of agree with.
You kind of can't fucking...
And this is all Trump's fault to begin with, because we had a nuclear deal
us out of that
with Iran.
Deal, man.
We had a great deal with Iran. They were decreasing their stockpiles of uranium, and Trump killed the deal for no reason because he's a retard. I'm not going to argue with that part. Like, Trump basically solved a problem that he created 5 years ago. Yeah. Like, that's a fact.
Yep. Which is what he always does.
Let's pull up this video. Let's check this out.
Let's see.
So this is... Boom. So this is the former nuclear chief of Iran, and he is still an active nuclear scientist in Iran.
Let's see this clip.
Let's see what he's got to say. And by the way, this guy's dead now. This is Iranian state media.
Memory.
I don't think they do copyright in Iran, so we're probably good.
Yeah, no, this is fine.
من یه مصاحبه کردم گفتم آقا 15 یا 20 ساله ما از موضوع اینکه بتونیم سلاح بسازیم گذشتیم. برای چی؟ نساختیم. سلاح یه ماده میخواد، یه فناوری، دو قسمت داره. یعنی اگه شما ماده رو داشته باشی، یعنی اورانیوم رو داشته باشی یا پلوتونیوم رو داشته باشی، چه فناوری روش سوار میکنی؟ فناوری انفجاری باید.
Okay, so right there, the material and the technology, even if they still have the uranium, the technology's gone. It's been blown up. So that's one thing to know.
But like what? How much does that delay them? Like how long?
Like a
till
year.
it's a year.
I think like as long as it takes to rebuild the facilities. But I'm assuming we would notice if
I really
they
think
did that.
I kind of agree with what Jack said, which is nukes have nothing to do with it. Because if nukes had something to do with it, I feel like there'd be a lot of other countries we'd be like, we need to make sure they don't have nukes.
Well, we were kind of doing that.
Like,
with
is Iran
North
the
Korea.
#1 country that shouldn't have nukes if we're the U.S.? Like, is that our first? If we're like, we get to take nukes away from one country,
Okay,
is
if
Iran
you're-
the first choice?
If you're Israel, it's easily the first choice.
If
not
you're
even
Israel,
close.
if you're the U.S.
If you're the U.S., I think it's top 3. I don't think it'd be #1, but it's up there with Russia. And
It's
China.
top 3?
Yeah, I think so.
You think Iran is like the 3rd biggest threat to us?
Yeah, I mean they're the biggest funder of global terrorism. Their proxy groups have killed over 1,000 Americans in the past decade. I do think that they're a pretty big. They're not like a threat to take us over.
Was Bin Laden Iranian? I don't know where he's from, bro.
I don't know either. All right, let's,
You don't know?
Wait, who'd you say?
Bin Laden.
Oh, Bin Laden. I think he's Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
He
okay.
should be at least. I think. All right, let's keep watching this.
یعنی چی؟ یعنی شما وقتی RPG رو میتونی براش یه خرج گود درست کنی، خودت بسازی، موشک تاب رو میتونی درست کنی و موشک‌های ضد زره رو، حالا این اگه مخروطی باشه نمیتونی استوانش کنی، نمیتونی کرویش بکنی، پس میشه، پس میتونیم انفجار متقارن ایجاد بکنیم. هر کی هم شک داره من حاضرم براش برم استوانه‌ای رو انجام بدم. تا حالا کسی دستور ساخت
They don't even have orders to build a nuke.
من اگر به
This right here is why this guy is dead. Is because he said, if they tell me to build it, I will do it. And that's why
And we
he's
killed
dead
him?
today. Yeah, Israel killed him.
Israel killed him.
Israel killed him.
They bombed and killed him?
They assassinated him.
When?
Like a couple weeks ago. He survived an assassination attempt like 10 years ago, actually, when they put a bomb in his car.
That's
and
crazy.
he realized.
Holy shit.
But yeah,
Dude,
that's why they killed him. Is 'cause
that
he
happened to
said
Kid
this.
Cudi. Did he?
Yep.
Fucking blew up his car. I
If
mean,
he's gonna be found guilty or not. I hope he is, but
he's gonna. If he doesn't go to jail, that should be crazy because Harvey got fucked. And
Yeah.
he's white. You know what I'm saying? Like,
can we finish this out?
oh yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah. It's,
بگن بساز میسازم. این که زمان بدن بگن نمیدونم
Let's skip forward a little bit.
ساختای ما رو بخوان نابود بکنن تکلیف چیه؟
کدوم
میشه
زیر
First of all, he said there's no way they could get it. Look at this.
no way they can get the nuclear infrastructure.
چطور؟
چون اونجا نیست. توانمندی ما توزیع شده است تو کشور. جاها رو بیان بزنن هر طوری بشه هیچ اتفاقی نمیفته. در
It'll be
زمان
inconsequential.
نگاه کنید.
در زمانبندی ما برای
چون
Listen why he says.
منابع ما منابعی که انبار شده این که
Because they're underground, so they can't get it.
که بیان
Yeah, I
بزنن.
think he was wrong about that.
نیروی مسلح رو حمایت کنیم.
Was he?
خیلی محکم.
Yeah, they
بگیم
destroyed it.
برو بزن. اگر کسی
They
تحت-
destroyed the underground part.
هر جا بود بزن.
Bunker
از
blasters.
جمله ببینید رژیم صهیونیستی خیلی
They did a
هوشیار
Top Gun
This
Maverick.
is the important part.
هر کی دیگه تو رژیم صهیونیستی تو اون منطقه بمونه از صهیونیستا این دیگه خیلی صهیونیست
Not entirely wrong.
و دیگه اینا که میرن مهاجرت میکنن برن اینا وقت دارن. اگر جبهه مقاومت از این به بعد بخواد آسیبی از سمت صهیونیستا ببینه هر تهدید حتی همین بحث تهدید هسته‌ای همین تهدید که میگه میزنم و هیچ نقطه ای از رژیم صهیونیستی نباید مصون باشه آدم توشه یا نیست دیگه اینا در اون کشتار سهم داشتن که وایستادن از این رژیم دفاع میکنن و جبهه مقاومت و جهان اسلام و آزادی خان جهان باید اینو بخوان که این تمام اینا باید از روز زمین برچیده بشه
Who's he talking about?
Israel.
Oh, he's
Look,
saying
it says-
Israel should be eliminated.
Yeah, no location inside the Zionist regime should be regarded as immune. Whether it's populated or not, they're all complicit in the killings.
Oh wow, this guy's hardcore. Yeah. Goddamn.
The resistance front, the Islamic world, and the freedom-seeking people worldwide should demand that all of them be eliminated. It seems like this guy wants to nuke Israel. I could be wrong, but it seems to me like this guy is kind of wanting to nuke Israel.
I couldn't believe
I could be
that.
wrong, but that's just what it
think-
seems like.
I think he wants to nuke Israel. I think he wanted to nuke Israel.
Yeah, so
Was he?
I